If you don't know what to pursue in life right now, pursue yourself. Pursue becoming the healthiest, happiest, most healed, most present, most confident version of yourself.
Hey there, loved ones. My name is Sonya Star J, and this is Fully Loving Yourself. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returner, welcome back. It's been a long time. I should have left you, but I kind of had to. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about going ghost, detaching, and just popping back up as that girl. Okay, that is the topic of the video today. I haven't posted on this channel in like a month. No, actually a month. Cause life, I'm not gonna say life was lifing. Life has been beautiful. It has had its ups and downs and its moments, but I took a step back to pour into myself. And when it comes to going ghost and detaching and glowing up, I feel like there are two different sides to those actions and different reasons why you would want to do that for yourself. Sometimes when you have something that you want to achieve in your life and some things that you want to do, you're going to have to turn your phone on D&D. You're going to have to miss some events. You're going to have to pull back on doing some things that you might actually really want to do. But in order to get to the goals that you have, you're going to have to make those sacrifices. Honestly, when you make a decision like that, it might come off as selfish to some people because you're going to be pulling back to pour more of your energy into yourself. If you're one of those people like me, okay, because I be having FOMO, and I'm one of those people where I jump in and I just want to save the day, and I want to, do all the things for all the people around me. But sometimes some people's stuff can be heavy and your stuff needs your attention. You ever felt like you just needed to disappear for a while to refocus, recharge, and get it together, get your stuff together, then you're not alone. And essentially that's what going ghost is. And when you go ghost, some people are going to be offended by that, right? Because they might have certain expectations of you. They might want you to communicate when you're going ghost. I said go ghost. I'm not saying cut people off forever and just like stop talking to people and disconnect from them forever. This is just for you to focus on you and to pour into your self-care and to focus on your well-being. Just being intentional with the time that you're taking to step back from certain relationships, from attending certain events, just from being in certain environments that are not helping you to get to the next best version of yourself. When you make the decision to detach from people, places, and things and make time for yourself, to create space for yourself, those are the times where it's okay to be selfish. I feel like the world would be a much better place if we all took the time to be a little bit selfish with and for ourselves. Especially if you are trying to elevate your life. Taking time away from other people's stuff can help you to elevate your life. Months ago, I was talking to one of my coaches, and she told me that I was going to have to learn how to detach from other people's stuff and pour into myself. She told me, you are your only project. And that's not to say that our entire life is this ongoing, everlasting project that will forever need to be worked on. But there are some things that we just know that we need to grow. If we have that self-awareness, there are things that we need to tend to in ourselves in order to be a better sister, wife, partner, friend. So from that conversation, I started to learn this art of detachment because it was really hard for me. But when I started to look at detachment as a form of self-care, and I started to give people their stuff back, and I decided to stop allowing myself to be the trauma bucket bin, I started to feel good about myself. I started to show up for myself more. And we often hold on to people and situations and environments out of fear of change. We also hold on to certain habits that aren't serving us. But when you start to practice the art of detachment and going ghost, essentially, you give yourself permission to let go of things that don't align with your future. Whether that's social media, whether it's a toxic relationship or a toxic friendship, a toxic working environment. Sometimes we need to break the attachment to those things in order to become our best selves. And oftentimes that's not easy to do. Now, I'm a Cancer, okay? I have the tendency to go into my shell and to seek solitude in order to recharge. And I'm grateful that the people around me kind of understand that. And I also communicate like, hey, it's about time for me to take some downtime to myself. I catch you on the flip side when, you know, I'm feeling more people-ish and I'm feeling more available. But being in solitude allows you to recharge, and it allows you to think and reconnect with yourself. It allows you to think clearly and to focus on your growth and what it is that you really want for your life. And when you get that moment to be in solitude and to be by yourself, that's when you can take the time to plan your next step and plan your next move and really strategize on what you want your life to look like. And you can do that without the eyes of people on you, without other people's opinions about what it is that you're doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it. You're just solely focused on yourself. And so going ghost is also about setting better boundaries. When I was younger, like in my early 20s, it was always so hard for me to say no. Whenever somebody needed something, whenever somebody wanted me to be somewhere or anything, it was just so hard for me to say no. Like, I really struggled with FOMO and people pleasing. And when I realized that that was stressing me out, I'm like, no, that actually doesn't feel good. And I was going to say that that doesn't serve me, but not everything has to serve us. But if it's not aligning with where you are energetically or mentally or physically, pushing yourself to do things that don't feel right is kind of like self-neglect in a way. Like, sometimes we'll push ourselves, we're not feeling the best to like show up to somebody's graduation or birthday or something like that. But if it's something that you can skip out on, I'm pretty sure the world's not going to end if you miss a birthday party. If you send a gift, send a card, and just let them know like, hey, I'm not doing my best right now and I'm not going to be able to make it, and not feeling bad about that. And I struggle with that. So just allow yourself the permission to show up for you more than you show up for others, because ultimately at the end of the day as well, we teach people how to treat us too. So if we continuously put ourselves less, then other people will start to put us in that same position that we put ourselves. You feel me? During this time, you really have to protect your mental space. That is really key when you're on like a glow up or wellness journey. Your mental space is so important. And I found that when I started setting boundaries for myself with people, places, everything, but also when I started setting boundaries for myself with social media, that's when I started noticing changes. Now, since I've been off of here, I haven't over on TikTok because it's just easy for me to just be goofy and have fun over there. TikTok is a beast. It's a time sucker. Okay, so I have to delete the app when I'm over there, and I need more like time and space for myself to achieve my goals. But even with that, setting time limits on your cell phone, like they give you the option to set limits for each app. Go ahead and set you a limit on your social media apps if you are somebody like me who is a content creator and finds yourself scrolling a lot. Now, another thing that has been really important for me on my journey, especially in this last year, has been like my internal glow up. Like, y'all already know how I am, like the things that I'm feeding myself mentally, physically, the foods that I'm taking in, the things that I'm telling myself and thinking. Like some days it gets hard and I'll reach out to a friend like, I'm not really thinking the best thoughts right now, and I'm glad that I have people around who can like feed me positivity when I'm not necessarily able to feed it to myself. But having like affirmations around, I have this right here on my cup, always be grateful. Just having little reminders for your peace, your internal peace, so that you can have that internal glow up, because that's really where it starts. If you're feeling like you don't have enough energy to do something, or if you're feeling like discouraged or having low self-esteem, it starts inside of you. What are you eating? What are you thinking about? What are you watching? Paying attention to those things during your isolation period and being self-aware about what you're consuming will help you along your journey. Now, it is currently September 10th, okay? And we got 3.5 months before the end of the year. So if you are one of those people that created some goals in January, you made your vision board either last year or the beginning of the year, and now it's September and you're like, oh, well, it's the end of the year, things ain't gonna happen. Stop that, okay? We still got time. We still got time to accomplish goals. Now, what I think you should do is to get a journal, write down 1 to 3 goals that you want to accomplish by the end of the year, and then break them down so that you have weekly tasks. And that way, by the time the end of the year comes, you'll at least have one of those goals completed. Don't give up on trying just because it's getting cold outside and people are going in the house and it's getting cozy and we about to start eating comfort food and getting up under our blankets. You still have time to accomplish the goals that you set out to do for yourself. Next year or a few years from now, you'll be able to look back on these days and at these moments and realize that the work that you put in today and this year actually made a difference. You can literally completely change your entire life within a few weeks, within a few months, just by putting forth the intentional effort. Okay, so here are some practical steps that you can take in order to glow up by the end of the year. First thing I want you to do is delete those social media apps. Delete them for at least a week. Okay, you can do it for at least a week. If you're a content creator, just do what I was talking about earlier and set the limits on your phone, post a scheduler, but you really need to do a social media detox and take a step back and take some time for yourself mentally. Next, I want you to get one of my bedside buddy journals, and I want you to start journaling about the things that are going on in your life, or the people or places or environments that no longer align with your life that you're still stuck around or in. Next, we are going to make a plan to focus on your health, okay? That's your mental health, your spiritual, physical, financial, all of the things. We are going to make a plan to focus on your holistic health. Next, you want to invest some time to pour into yourself in the way of developing new habits, whether that's listening to some podcasts or reading a book or working on your fitness, going for walks, just doing small things to help you get to where you want to be. Now, I asked y'all to pick 1 to 3 things that you want to work on by the end of the year. I want you to comment at least one of those things, okay? I want to know what it is that you're going to be working on. So the 3 things that I'm personally going to be working on are my skin health, because due to past acne breakouts, I'm dealing with a lot of dark marks on my face, and I just want to clear my skin up. And then I am also working on a self-awareness workbook. I'm actually going to be starting meeting with a writing group tonight, because I'm working on it and I'm working through and I got all the pieces, but I just need to be held more accountable in getting to the finish line. So hopefully by the end of November, I'll have my workbook done and I'll be telling you all about it. The third thing that I'm working on is my environment. So my environmental self-care, pouring into my home, loving on my home, buying new furniture, organizing and cleaning as often as I can, paying more attention to detail. And I'm actually sharing all of this in my vlogs on my second channel, because I have separated my vlogs from this channel. I do have some people who were interested in watching the vlogs here, but this channel is just more so going to be more on my tips and reviews and things of that nature. The other channel is just going to be showing my journey with my wellness journey, my skincare journey, starting my business, my home decor, all of those things that are more personal. And y'all know I got to journal the entire process. So in the morning when I wake up, I write down my dreams, my gratitude, everything that is on my mind as I'm meditating in the morning and just getting ready for my day. And then at the end of the day, I'm using this journal to pour in all of my thoughts, because I have the tendency to be a little anxious throughout the day. So when I'm feeling anxious or I just got a lot on my mind, I will go ahead and write in this journal. I have two different ones because of color psychology. Blue is really good to help you wind down at night, and then yellow helps to stimulate your mind when you wake up. So make sure that you get yourself a copy of the Bedside Buddy journal so that you can keep track of your goals. Going goes and detaching from the people in your life. It may seem scary. It may seem like you're abandoning the people in your life. However, it's only intended to be for a short period of time, an intentional period of time. I won't say short, I will say an intentional period of time, so that you can focus on you. Because at the end of the day, you have got to pour into you in order to be able to show up and pour into others. I'm wishing each and every one of you so much success on your journey. If you found value in this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, as it helps to let the algorithm know that people like the video. And also be sure to subscribe and make sure that y'all are paying attention to the community tab, because I'm always posting stuff over there. I'm looking forward to growing this community and staying engaged with you all. And again, if you enjoy the vlogs that I used to post, or if you just enjoy vlogging, please be sure to check out A Story Life. I will link it in the description box below. That is all for today, loved ones. Be bold, be joyful, and always be fully loving yourself. And I'll catch you in the next video.